Hi, this is Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today's project is this box that is 3 1/4 by 2 3/4 by 1 1/2. And it opens up right here. Okay, and I'm using the new 6x6 in color Designer Series paper, and this one is Misty Moonlight, and I'm using the Forever Fern stamp set and Forever Flourishing dies and the medium daisy punch and the Pick-a-Punch, Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. Okay, and this time we're going to be making it with the Bumblebee Designer Series paper. Okay, it's a pretty yellow. All right, and you need a piece of Whisper White for the box that is 9 1/2 by 7 inches. And we need our Simply Score. Okay, and we're going to put it on the 9 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score it 1 1/2, 4 1/2, 6, and 9. And then we're going to turn it to the 7 inch side, and we're going to score it at 1/2, 2, and 5 1/2. Okay. Now I'm going to fold and burnish. I hope all of you are liking the new catalog. You can see it online, but if you make an order with me at the address on the top of the screen, I will mail you one. So you don't have to look online for it. You can look at it like a magazine, which has lots of nice pictures of cards in it. Just right into. Okay. Now, this way. Okay, this is what we have to cut out. So I have the small, really long rectangle on the left side with the really longer rectangle on the top side. Okay, and I'm just going to take a pencil and show you all that we're going to get rid of. Okay, and let me just put it on here for a minute so that you can see it a little better with the catalog behind it. Okay, alrighty. Okay. Snips. All right. So with the shorter long rectangle boxes on this side, I'm going to take out that little rectangle, and then on the rectangle above it, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a wedged out on the bottom. Okay, and then up here, we're just going to take all of this straight out. Okay, and now for the bottom, it's the same, rectangle straight, and take a wedge out of the squares. For the top, we're going to cut the rectangle straight and wedge into the squares. And then we take this piece off. And we're just going to take out this whole piece right here. Which I didn't do too straight. Okay. And then here, this is going to be a square, so we're going to wedge into it. And take off this little piece up here. And take a little bit more off of here. Okay. Alrighty. And then that should be just right. Yes. As you see, I had to tape up when I made up the box, I cut something off I shouldn't have, so I had to tape it back on there. Okay. Now I want you to, after I even this a little bit, okay, I want you to bend this down, this one piece here, so we can bring in the detail trio punch and yes, around the corners on this. This is the lid that goes in. Okay. All right. Now we need our tear and tape. And we're going to put it on this rectangle close to the score line that is next to the lid. Okay, and then we're going to fold it over and then fold this piece right on top to join the box together. Okay, and then this is going to fold in like that. And after we put the DSP, we're going to take a little finger hole out. So this is going to be our back. So that's what we're going to fold over first. Okay, so this is where we want our tear and tape right here. And let me trim off. I didn't do a good job of trimming straight this time. There we go. Easy to fix. And as I've said before, if you're going to put something heavy in there, do two. Or maybe do one, some on these little tabbies here. But I don't know what I'm going to be putting in here, so I'm just going to put two just in case. And there's our box. And this is our front. Okay, now we need our DSP. We have, this takes only one piece of the 6x6. You have a little bit left over, tiny sliver left over. Okay, so we need two that are 3 1/4 by 2 3/4, and they're going to fit on the front and the back. Let me get my snail. And you can mark which ones are going to be your front and do this before you put your box together if you want to. and the shorter ones are going to go on the top and the bottom, the lid part here and this part. And I just bent this because I didn't put my fingered hole in there. Not so good. So I'm just going to do that now. Alrighty. So you just take your circle punch and go in just a little bit to give it a little curve, and that way we can grab and open the lid without having to bend the box. And this will cover where it bent, so that's a good thing. Okay, now we have to do the sides, and I'll just do them together. Alrighty, now there's our fun. Okay, now for the decorations, we're using the Forever Fern stamp set, and we're using this image and this image. Now this image, we will use the darker, which is going to be Old Olive. Okay. And if you can see, it gets a little bit lighter from when it first stamps down. And then the other image we're going to do with Pear Pizzazz. And this is Wicker White that we're stamping onto. Okay. All right, and with the Forever Fern Forever Flourishing dies, we're just going to use these two, which match. And I was going to do a totally different project today. Well, I'm just going to use some of the same things. I don't know where I put it, but I lost one of the dies already. It has to be here somewhere, and I ripped this place apart and I cannot find it. It's this little one. So I can do this one, but I can't do the other one. It's got to be here somewhere. I know because I put the washi tape on it. I'm pretty sure it's stuck to something somewhere. Oops. Okay. Now we're ready. All right, and I used a little bit of glue and some dimensionals, but I don't want to put the dimensional on, or I don't want to push down the dimensional on this one until I get the tag underneath it. I'm just going to put it right there. And then on this one, I'm going to put half of one right there. And half, I could have really put a whole one right there, but that's okay. And first I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the bottom, right on here. Okay, just going to put this there. And I'm not going to press down on that dimensional because I want to tuck something under it. Okay, and a little bit more glue on this, also on the bottom areas. Oh, you know what? I clipped that off first. Just this piece right off. Because it would stick out towards here. So I put this just like that. Oh, I forgot to pull these. I was wondering why it wasn't sticking. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. And then we need a scrap of Whisper White. And our medium daisy punch. And I'm going to just punch out 2 daisies. See, that's the poor guy I couldn't cut out. That's when I lost him. Poor thing. Alright, and I'm going to just take my bone folder and make sure you hold it onto the bottom of the petals because these will rip off. So I just curl them a little bit up. Okay. And then I'm going to use a glue dot. And I'm going to offset them. Okay. And then I'm going to put another little bit of glue right there. And I'm going to put it down right there. And I'm just going to let that sit a little while. Okay, now for the tag, I took a 1/2-inch piece of Whisper White. It didn't really matter how long it was, as long as it was longer than this. Okay, because I'm going to cut it down from that. So it fits right in the 1/2-inch slot. And just turn it over. Oop, you got to open it first. Turn it over so that you can see that it's right in the middle. There we go. Okay. And then I used the Hello from the Forever Fern stamp set and some Memento ink. And I'm going to try to put it pretty close to the left of this label. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it down to 1 3/4 when it's already finished. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this so that I can kind of slide it in. And then what we're going to do is just kind of slide it so that it's hidden. The end of it is hidden under this leaf. And it's straight. Okay. And the daisy middles, the flower middles, were retired, so I'm just going to use something from my stash. Which is a nice green. the color of the daisies, the middle, if they're fresh, they're usually green. And then they turn yellow after, when they get a little bit older. So if you go to pick up some daisies, you can tell if your bouquet is fresh by looking at the middle. If it's green, it's really fresh. Okay, and there we have it. I don't know which box I like better. I like them both. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like this project. You can buy these products from me at the address on the top of the screen, and I do projects Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you will subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye.